Next up, our movie Demolition with actor Jake Gyllenhaal, I believe his name is. I probably did not pronounce that correctly. This is an exceptionally great movie. It's about a guy who loses his wife at the very beginning of the film. Something I can relate to, and he slowly comes apart at the seams because he was the type of husband and the type of marriage where the husband forgets that the wife's his wife and that it's somebody special in his life and he should love her very much. Well, in this movie, the main character, after losing his wife, realizes that he really didn't know who she was. He didn't pay much attention to her. He didn't put in the effort in the marriage that she put in. Later on in the story, you find out that she had reacted to this by finding a guy who did actually appreciate her for who she was, and she actually got pregnant off this other man, which snaps our character out of his self-destruct streak. So he spends the entire movie trying to figure out what his marriage was all about, but doing so in a way that he takes apart absolutely every mechanical device that he can witness or see. And in fact, it becomes such a psychosis for him that he pays construction workers to allow him to deconstruct a house, smash it all apart. Within this story, he meets up with this woman who's in a fairly okay relationship with this guy who owns renting out vending machines or putting vending machines in shopping malls or stores or hospitals. And she meets him because he sent a complaint letter to this company. But he didn't just complain about the fact that he didn't get the candy that he asked for, but he actually included in this letter his whole situation with losing his wife and how he felt. And I can't really comprehend that she's dead, because he really didn't know this woman too much. But he does. I mean, he does feel the grief. You see him break apart at least once. But eventually he just comes to grips with what happened, and he meets the guy who killed his wife at the graveyard. And a massively interesting storyline. Very much recommend this movie. Very interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal, I believe his name is Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, a supreme performance. This guy is such a great character actor. This movie also was, I have to mention, was directed by a Canadian director, Jean-Marc Vallée. If you're looking for a good human interest story and some beautiful, beautiful orchestrated quirkiness, this is your movie. Also pay attention to the lighting and the fact that there's not a hell of a lot of makeup on the character actors, and the lighting is all natural. This director specializes in not using lighting, just using the natural lighting to get his story across and focusing on the storyline and the characterization for the actors. It's such a splendid movie. Very much recommend Demolition.